Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro City Council is accepting applications from residents interested in filling the vacant at-large seat. Applicants must reside within the Greensboro city limits. Applications will be accepted until 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, September 9th. The at-large seat was vacated when Michelle Kennedy announced her resignation from the City Council during its August 17th meeting. The City Council will follow Section 3.02C of the Greensboro City Charter to fill the vacant seat. All completed applications will be reviewed by council members, and each applicant may make a brief presentation during a special meeting on September 14th, at which point a candidate will be selected to fill the seat. Applications are available online. Please visit the city's website. The Greensboro Criminal Justice Advisory Commission, or GCJAC, has published its fiscal year annual report. The publication provides an introduction to GCJAC, which was established in August 2018. The commission provides impartial oversight of the Greensboro Police Department, increases transparency with the public, and creates sustainable partnerships throughout the community. This annual report outlines GCJAC's activities and achievements and GPD-related policy reviews and recommendations. Also included in the report is an overview of complaints filed against police officers by members of the public in calendar year 2020, which were provided by GPD for GCJAC review and analysis. The annual report is available on the city's website. The City of Greensboro is hosting its annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the nation's most horrific terrorist attack. The event will take place at 9 a.m. on Saturday, September 11th, and registration begins at 7:30 a.m. This is an opportunity for the community to come together and honor the public safety personnel who perished at the World Trade Center in New York City. Residents are invited to gather downtown at the Bellmead parking deck on Green Street. The stair climb offers the option of climbing the flights of stairs 9 times, representing approximately 73 flights of stairs. This is the equivalent of the highest floor New York Fire Department firefighters reached on 9/11. Greensboro Fire Chief Jim Robinson said, "We weren't able to host the stair climb in 2020, but honoring the 20th anniversary with this public event is a great tribute to all those who perished that fateful day." This popular community event also serves as a fundraiser. Custom t-shirts will be sold at the event for $10 along with other merchandise. For more information about the Memorial Stair Climb, contact Assistant Chief Brett Combs at 336-574-4084. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
The coronavirus pandemic has presented us with a unique and challenging situation. It can create a great deal of anxiety and stress. Anxiety and stress to a limited degree can actually be very helpful. However, taken to a significant degree, stress can create problems for us both physically as well as emotionally. So when trying to manage your stress, there are a number of strategies you can utilize. It is important to really not focus solely on those things we cannot control. In fact, what you should do is have some discussions and think about and even list those things we do have control of. Make it something that you can do together as a family. And it's simple as what you're deciding to watch on television, the things that you do during the day, what you're having for dinner. And those may seem like small things that we all don't even think about during the day, but when you're in a time like this when so much of life feels out of control, those things can feel very comforting. Do not overload on information. It is in fact important to understand the facts and keep up to date on to what is going on. However, you don't want to overload by watching television 24/7, staying with the newspaper, all day long. You need to take a break from that information. Think about the things in your life that you've used in the past that have helped you stay calm. Listening to music, or playing a musical instrument, or reading, talking with family members. These are all the same kinds of things that will help you during this challenging time. Think about creating new routines, whether it's games or watching certain television shows. Try some creative, artistic kinds of things that would be fun and unique. Try to incorporate your children into helping you come up with suggestions of things that would be fun to do. It's really important to understand that, again, stress and anxiety is normal. Do not try to just push it away or pretend it doesn't exist. If we try to deny it and push it down, it sometimes can create really cumbersome feelings, and it becomes more difficult to hold it back than it is just to let it out. It's okay to talk about it, it's okay to acknowledge it, and that, in fact, will help you work through it. Look at each day as a unique day. We take it one day at a time. Be very present in that day and make it the best possible day it can be. And tomorrow, creativity takes over, you make an entirely new day. But day by day, you will get through this, and that's the best way you can manage some of the stress and the anxiety that comes along with this.
Volunteers are needed to help identify ways to create safe routes for those who walk to school, and if you have outstanding fines, the city is willing to waive them in exchange for a donation. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro public and private schools are invited to join a new program coordinated by the Greensboro Department of Transportation. The Safe Routes to School program supports education and events that promote walking and biking to school. Membership is free for elementary and middle schools. Schools can join at any time throughout the year to receive complimentary program materials and request free educational resources, safety gear, and support for their events. Schools interested in partnering with GDOT to host a walk-to-school event in October should submit their request at least 30 days in advance of the event date. Studies show walking or biking to school allows children to arrive at school more alert and ready to learn. Families have the opportunity to get their daily physical exercise and connect with each other and the community. Additionally, fewer vehicles in the pickup lane saves time and money, reduces road congestion, and reduces harmful emissions. Safe Routes to School program is funded through an award from the North Carolina Department of Transportation's Safe Routes to School program. For more information, visit the city's website. The City of Greensboro is accepting new and unwrapped school supplies or a cash donation to support the Guilford Education Alliance Teacher Supply Warehouse. This will be in exchange for payment of parking tickets issued now through October 31st. Donations must be made within 30 days of the infraction, and handicap parking violations are not included in this program. School supplies should be delivered to the Greensboro Parking Office located in the main entrance of the Melvin Municipal Office Building on West Washington Street. An online cash donation may be made directly to the warehouse. Citation holders must show a receipt to verify the donation or the value of the school supplies, which must be equal to or greater than the fine. This marks the third time the City of Greensboro has partnered with Guilford Education Alliance to support local teachers. The supply warehouse allows Guilford County school teachers to shop for items at no cost up to 4 times a year. Suggested donation items include glue sticks, crayons, number 2 pencils, spiral notebooks, loose leaf notebook paper, and antibacterial wipes, just to name a few. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is accepting applications for Youth Leadership Greensboro. This program is designed for high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Applications are available online, and the deadline to apply is Friday, September 24th. Participants will meet at the Barber Park Event Center from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on one Wednesday a month from October through March. Students are excused from classes so they can attend. Youth Leadership Greensboro is for exceptional students who want to make a difference in the community by becoming advocates and problem solvers. Former graduates design the curriculum. Students will explore issues such as diversity, politics, media, law and justice, the economy, and environment. The program costs $80 and scholarships are available. For more information about the Youth Leadership Program, contact the Youth Development Director, Britt Huggins, at 336-373-7617. This is the ideal time for job seekers in need of a job. Many people have switched gears and entered into new professions as a result of the pandemic. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you what's required if you want to join Guilford Metro 911. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. If you flourish in a high-energy work environment and enjoy helping others in need, you could be an ideal candidate to serve as a telecommunicator. Joining me via Zoom to tell us about the hiring process is Christine Moore. She is the Operations Manager with Guilford Metro 911. Hello, Christine. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Carla. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. So tell us, for people who are not familiar, what is a telecommunicator?
So a telecommunicator for Guilford Metro 911 means a couple of different things. One, you're answering 911 calls. So if anybody ever has an emergency where they're dialing 911, our team is who they're going to talk to. We're going to ask you questions, we're going to process the call, and we're going to send it over for dispatch, where other members of our team are waiting and working to send your call out, whether it's to Greensboro Police, Guilford County Sheriff, Greensboro or Guilford County Fire, or EMS.
Wow, so lots of hands in the fire and lots of calls that I know you answer on a daily basis. Now, there are requirements, obviously, to be able to handle such a high energy job. Tell us about that and the hiring process. What does that involve?
So the hiring process starts with just applying. So you can go to City of Greensboro's website, which is greensboro-nc.gov, and see our job posting for emergency communications specialist. There are requirements and expectations that are on that posting, and you can apply from there. So some of the requirements for your application to actually make it to us is you must be 18. You must have a GED or a high school diploma. You must be a U.S. citizen. You can't have any felony criminal history. You can't have more than one Class B felony in the 10 years prior to applying, or you cannot have two Class B misdemeanors ever in your criminal history.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. We do have a typing test requirement as well. It's 34 words per minute.
And that's key to point out, because as the telecommunicator is receiving the call information, they're typing in the information that goes directly out to your first responders?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's a lot of information and detailing it quickly for a quicker response from our field.
Absolutely. Now, what are the highlights, or what would you say are the benefits of being a telecommunicator?
So I would say a lot of the team members that I work with, our one goal is to support our community. And this is a different way than what people normally think of being able to serve the community. It's public safety, so it's high pace, high energy, but you don't have to see it. You don't have to touch it, but you still get to be a part of it. And we like to refer to ourselves as the first responder. We're the eyes and ears of those that are actually responding to the call. So getting to be a part of that process, our people save lives every day by starting CPR just from the phone call before anybody in the field can actually get there and lay hands on the victim or patient. So there's just so many wonderful things about the job, but I think the highlight for me is serving my community.
I consider the telecommunicators heroes.
Yes.
As you said, they are that first touch point to our community. Sometimes they're delivering babies.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a really scary situation and someone maybe broke into your house, they're helping you to stay calm,
Right.
get that information. Where is your location? So we definitely cannot do without our telecommunicators.
I agree. We're the calm in the storm.
So tell us, once you become a telecommunicator, talk about the career path in terms of advancement.
So we are fortunate to have different levels of telecommunicator. So when you're hired as a call taker, which is answering those 911 calls and admin lines. And as you go further in your training, you can become an emergency communication specialist too, which means you can take phone calls and you can dispatch two of our three disciplines. So a discipline would be law, fire, or EMS. So as a 2, you can do call take and 2, or as a master telecommunicator, you can do call take and work all 3 disciplines.
Okay.
We also have certified training officers who train our rookies. That's a huge part of what we do in ensuring that everybody's able to do the job well. We have supervisors, assistants, and senior supervisors, and then other areas within Guilford Metro that include our radio shop and our own IT and quality assurance. So there are a lot of opportunities here.
Wonderful. So if someone is looking to maybe even switch gears, so many people have changed careers as a result of the pandemic, realizing that they want to make more meaningful choices with what they do in their workday, this would be an ideal place to start.
It is, and it's exciting, it's rewarding, and at the end of the day, you can go home and say that you truly made a difference in somebody's life that day.
Absolutely. Now you are using social media, Facebook in particular, as a recruitment tool. How are you using that platform?
We are, and it's something that we've recently started. One is we like to highlight our telecommunicators that do play a role in a true life save, which means that somebody actually makes it home from the hospital after requiring CPR to be performed. So we highlight those individuals. But we also started a new Facebook series called Behind the Scenes 911, the first responder. And it's on our Guilford Metro 911 Facebook page. And it's a way of introducing our first line telecommunicators and supervisors, so people can see that they're real people and they're human beings too, and seeing that kind of human side to our 911 professionals.
That's really important, considering sometimes the job has high stress moments because you are kind of holding someone else's life in your hands for that moment of interaction. So it would be really nice to give the community that opportunity to see and to heighten the level of appreciation that we have for these folks. And before we go, you did recently implement a higher salary for the telecommunicator roles. Tell us a little bit about that and how it's helping with recruitment.
So we were kind of right on the borderline of being a competitive in the 911 market. And so thankfully our city manager's office and city council were willing to work with us towards making us above the rest in the pay salary, especially with the call volume that we deal with on a day-in-day basis. So we are proud to announce that as of July 1st, we increased our starting salary to $39,444, which is a huge milestone for our career.
Absolutely. And much deserved, much needed. And certainly we hope that's going to get more folks to take a second look, or a first look for that matter, if they've never considered Guilford Metro 911 and joining your telecommunicator force. And you all are a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
So we appreciate the hard work and dedication that you, your team, and the telecommunicators bring each and every day. I hope that the information you shared has inspired people to submit an application. And like I said, just join a team where you're going to truly be making a difference.
Exactly. And thank you for having us and highlighting us.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
All right. I'm going to hold you to it.
Okay. Stay tuned for some useful information as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. In response to the growing cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant and to prevent its possible spread, all meetings of the Greensboro City Council will be conducted virtually. Until further notice, meetings will be conducted via Zoom. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. When in person, the City Council meets on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The City of Greensboro is partnering with St. Paul Catholic Church to host a Recycle Rodeo drop-off event. This is your chance to dispose of hard-to-recycle items. The Recycle Rodeo will take place from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, September 18th in the church parking lot. This free event is open to all Greensboro and Guilford County residents. Items you can recycle include sensitive documents with a 5-box limit, batteries, paints, cleansers, pesticides, fertilizer, gasoline, etc., electronic devices, and styrofoam. Items will be recycled or properly and safely disposed of. The city's recycling education team will also be on site to provide information about recycling and waste reduction. St. Paul Catholic Church is located at 2715 Horsepen Creek Road. Download the GSO Collects app to use the Waste Wizard to search items to find out if they should be trashed, recycled, or disposed of differently. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, meet the people who boomeranged back to Greensboro.
My name is Dominic Amendum, and I'm a professor at UNCG. We moved to Greensboro because it was just the right time for our family to leave New York City, and it felt like the city was starting to beat us down, and we wanted to go somewhere where the quality of life could be better for our family. We love to take our kids to all the playgrounds and parks around Greensboro. We go to LeBauer Park downtown. We have a small playground right here in Sunset Hills, so we're constantly out and about and enjoying the good weather that North Carolina has to offer. One thing that makes Sunset Hills so amazing and exciting is our holiday tradition of lighted Christmas balls. Every old oak tree in our neighborhood is filled with these lighted Christmas ornaments, and this tradition is used as a fundraiser for local food banks.
I'm Swati Argade, and I'm a fashion designer and educator. We love Sunset Hills so much. It's a great community, a lot of like-minded people. Every day we're out walking around with our family and our dog, meeting our neighbors and enjoying the historic neighborhood that it is. One of the best things about being in Greensboro versus being in Brooklyn is that our 10-year-old daughter can just jump on her bike and spend hours outside, something that we weren't able to experience when we lived in the city. There are definitely some restaurants that we love to eat at. Bandito Bodega is one of our favorites. We're going to Undercurrents on Friday. But my favorite place to eat in town is at my mom's house.
Sunset Hills is the best neighborhood we could have moved to. The community here is amazing. We know all of our neighbors. It's just the most incredible community vibe that I could have ever imagined.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. After conducting an extensive search process, City of Greensboro employee Marlene Druga is promoted to Director of the Financial and Administrative Services Department. Druga, who has been with the city since June 1994, has served in progressively more responsible roles within the Financial and Administrative Services Department. Marlene previously served as Financial Reporting Manager and Deputy Finance Director. She was tapped as Interim Department Director in February 2021. Assistant City Manager Larry Davis said, "Our finance department has been the pillar of stability for decades, and we're thrilled to have Marlene move into the director position. Marlene has been integral to the department's success. She provides continuity and excellent leadership as we move forward." Druga has a Bachelor of Arts from Case Western Reserve University and a Master's in Business Administration from Gonzaga University. She replaces former Director Rick Lusk, who retired from the city after 35 years of service. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Greensboro Planning Department. A $40,000 National Park Service African American Civil Rights Grant will allow the city to nominate a portion of the Bimbo Park neighborhood for the National Register of Historic Places. An architectural survey of East Greensboro, funded by a Federal Historic Preservation Fund grant, documented Greensboro buildings designed and constructed by Black architects. These locations are listed in a story map titled Modernism and the Civil Rights Movement. This story map is available on the city's website. As the Delta variant continues to spread, please remember to wear your mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.